Millions of voters are still casting their ballots for local, state, and federal races. And here in Florida, changes to our state constitution. A live look at the White House this evening, where in just 76 days, the nation's 47th president will take office. Right now, Vice President Kamala Harris is in Washington. She will watch election results come in at her alma mater, Howard University. Former President Donald Trump's campaign is holding an election night watch party in West Palm Beach.
This evening, 10 Tampa Bay's Eric Glasser live for us at the Convention Center, where the GOP nominee is waiting for results like the rest of us. Eric, good evening.
Hey there, Frank and Dave. Good evening to you guys as well. So before the polls close, we wanted to sort of give you a feel for what it's like here inside the convention center. As you can see behind me, still a pretty light crowd when I say that, maybe a couple of hundred. We are expecting upwards of 4,000 to 5,000 before all is said and done. In front of me, you might be able to see the lights kind of reflecting on me. We've got over 100 news organizations on the risers out here. We happen to be close to the action down by the floor. When you come into the convention center, I can tell you security is very tight. Part of that, of course, stemming from the 2 attempted assassination attempts against the former president. Not only do you have to have your car checked on the way in, and they ask you to pop the trunk and the hood, everything, but they also check your bags with dogs by hand. You have to go through a magnetometer. So the crowd here inside the convention center has been thoroughly vetted. I can tell you that much. As for the former president himself, he, his family, and his closest advisors, we're told, are actually watching the returns coming in at Mar-a-Lago, which is only a few minutes from here on Palm Beach. But that's where they are going to be watching not just the swing states, but also probably about a dozen key counties within those swing states to try and get a feel for where this election is going to go. That's the inside baseball that we've been talking about when it comes to getting a feel for the direction. One of those counties is actually in Florida. You might say to yourself, well, why would Florida be on the list? It's pretty safely in Trump territory, and that's true as far as the final result, but they're watching very closely, I'm told, Osceola County. Osceola County has a very large Puerto Rican population. And so there is some concern that those comments that were made at a Trump event about 10 days ago could influence the Puerto Rican community in other areas, including a large population in Pennsylvania, some out west, which will still be voting at the time that the polls close here in Florida. So they'll be watching those counties very, very closely to see whether or not the numbers are changing or trending from how Trump did against Biden in 2020 and what they project that the results will then be here in 2024. We again will be here throughout the course of the evening, providing insight as we can. They will be watching the results coming in, and we'll also be checking with folks as they watch that happen and get reaction from them and pass it along to you. For now, live in West Palm Beach, Eric Glasser, 10 Tampa Bay.